Hey everybody, welcome to another video. We are on I-10. We're headed south right now. We're gonna go film, check out 3 ghost towns down there. And that's gonna be coming up in my next video after this one airs that you're watching right now. About 17 miles ago, I hit 1,000 miles and I thought I would do a quick 1,000-mile update and let everybody know how the Jeep's going. Something I did with the Crosstrek. I did 1,000-mile updates and it seemed to be helpful for people. So if you're looking for a Jeep and you're curious about certain things, hopefully these little updates will help. And we'll do the first one today. So let's get started with that. All right, we'll start off with the positive stuff, and then we'll talk a little bit about a couple little interesting things that are going on, and then a few little things I missed about the Crosstrek. First and foremost, the one thing that surprised me the most about the Jeep is honestly how easy it is to live with on a day-to-day basis. When I think back to my old Rubicon, which wasn't a horrible experience, it was just a difficult vehicle over time to live with. My son was young then, I had a car seat, it wasn't a 4-door. Getting in and out of the Jeep to get the car seat, like I mentioned in the previous video, the tailgate didn't stay open. So it was just a lot of little things like that they have really improved in here. The ride quality, the noise level, the comfort of the seats, the ergonomics of where everything is, how everything works. I think they've done a really good job, and I've been very surprised at how comfortable and easy and straightforward it is to drive this vehicle every day. It hasn't been a pain at all. Whereas I said the Rubicon could be a little difficult now and then. I honestly feel like if somebody likes Jeeps for whatever reason and they have no plans at all to go off-road, they could still buy this vehicle and be very, very happy with how it performs. Obviously there are easier vehicles to live with, better gas mileage, things like that somebody could buy instead of a Jeep, but you could easily live with this every day even if you didn't care about 4-wheel drive or going off-road. One of the other things I'm obviously really liking is the extra power that this vehicle has over the Crosstrek. It's like 130 more horsepower and a lot more torque as well. So that makes for towing much easier. I can tow 3,500 pounds in here versus 1,500 pounds. And I don't get on it that often, but this thing's pretty quick. I'm actually surprised at how fast it is and how powerful it is. She's talking to us. We're going down towards Tombstone. So the power is really, really nice. The other thing, and I mentioned this too in the last video, was the AC is amazing. It still is really good. Cools down really quickly. The vents are very adjustable, easy to use, etc. So really, 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 really good there. I find these seats to be very comfortable. I know some people don't, but for me, it's very easy. Great visibility all around. The backup camera's pretty good. So all in all, very easy to live with, and it's been a very positive experience for me thus far. As far as things about the Crosstrek that I miss, and for those of you who are new and watching because you own a Jeep, my last vehicle, and since 2014, and my last 2 vehicles have been Crosstreks, and I built my channel with mostly Crosstrek content, so that's why I compare back and forth. But the 2 things I miss about the Crosstrek really are first world problem kind of things. Number 1 was the touch to open, touch to lock that we mentioned in the very first video. It's just a nice feature. I believe Jeep probably has that, and maybe in the Sahara model or in the Rubicon. This one does not have that. It is push to start, so you can leave your key in your pocket after you unlock the door, but it's just so nice when your hands are full to be able to touch, boom, lock, unlock, whatever. The other thing is, with the limited, or with models with the key fob, you could actually come up with a 5-digit code, and you could lock or unlock, I'm sorry, the rear tailgate without your keys. And I find myself a few times at work or at home when I'm out doing something else, I want to grab something out of the vehicle and it's locked. Before I could just put the code in, boom, get in. Now it's like, oh, I gotta go inside, get the keys, whatever. So really those are the 2 things the main things about the Crosstrek that I missed at this point. The only thing that I've been dealing with so far that hasn't really been working correct, I don't even know if correctly is the right word, because it sounds like this is just how these vehicles are, is the phone, connecting the phone as a media device doesn't happen automatically every time you get in the car. I have no idea why. All my settings are set correctly, I believe, but when I get in, my phone, my Bluetooth is on, the vehicle will recognize it, and I can make phone calls through the car, I can answer phone calls through the car, etc. But when I go to play music from my phone, it says pair a device, and this is every single time, so you have to hit media, hit Bluetooth, and then choose your phone, and then it works. So for some reason, it just doesn't automatically put you in that mode. Now, the really weird thing is, if I am playing music on my Bluetooth speaker, say in the shop, I come out to the Jeep and go run an errand, it'll automatically start playing the music I was playing inside. So, I don't know if it's something to do with what mode my phone is in when I get in the car or what, but I've read on the forums and it seems like this is kind of a common issue. You know, it's basically 2 button pushes and you are connected, but it's just kind of weird that it doesn't do that automatically. So, who knows? I'm not really sure what the deal is there, but if you are a Jeep owner and you have figured this out, or if I'm just not doing something correctly, please let me know below so I can remedy the problem. Probably the only negative thing I can say as far as driving this thing goes, and that is the vagueness of the steering. It's not all the time, and it seems to be mostly straight line when it's kind of windy, and it's kind of hard to explain, but there's just a vagueness to when you're trying to make micro corrections as you're driving down the road. It's like it's not an instantaneous thing, so I find myself overcorrecting in here now and then, like I said, especially when it's windy and on the freeway. When the JL first came out in 2018, I guess there were some welding issues, frame welds problems, which caused kind of really weird steering problems. And then there was a death wobble where basically you hit a bump and the steering wheel would shudder back and forth. It's nothing like that. It's just a little bit, I think it's just obviously part of the suspension and the way things are set up, maybe, I don't know for sure. There's been a lot of people who have tried different fixes for it, and one person will say, yeah, this fixed theirs and this fixed someone else's, and that was previous to the 20s. But, so something I'm gonna keep researching and try to figure out. It's not a huge deal. It's just, you know, like I said, it's just a little bit overcorrection more than anything, having to try to figure out what that on center point is. And like this whole drive here, we were just on the freeway for, I don't know, 40 miles. I didn't notice it at all. It is a little bit windy today, but anyway, thought I would mention that. That's really the only, so far, the only weird kind of oddity about driving this vehicle. As far as, you know, anything else negative wise, I really don't have anything at this point. Everything has been pretty straightforward and pretty easy. Of course, I'm only at 1,000 miles, so no rattles, no mechanical issues, no problems as of yet. So I'll keep you updated as we go along. And anyway, questions or comments, leave those below. Just a quick video today, and stay tuned for the Ghost Town video that will be coming up shortly, and I will be wearing the same clothing in that video. So talk to you guys soon.